Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Live at 6, dangerous speeds in a Dearborn neighborhood where a beautiful 6-year-old girl was killed. We're looking for speeders. We're also looking for solutions.
All right, Sean, also Storm Tracker 4 showing we are not quite done with windy, rainy weather as we head into the evening. You've been outside these past couple of hours. You know, the wind has been no joke today.
It really has been rough out there. Let's go ahead and check in with Paul Gross for a look at what's going on out there. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, hey, Sandra. And you can see on Storm Tracker 4 that the band, this is the bigger band that came through earlier. It's still affecting the eastern part of the area, particularly in the thumb. Again, this is all light stuff. And then we have this right here, which is actually ahead of the cold front itself. And if you look carefully, we'll zoom in on this in about 10 minutes, but you can see they're a little bit heavier, quick little spurt of rain, and that could bring down a bit of a stronger wind gust, but nothing that we're looking at severe, nothing that's going to cause any damage or anything like that. Temps have fallen into the 50s, and look at the wind. We've really peeled back on those winds from what we had earlier, generally around 10 miles per hour across the area. So through the evening hours, we have these showers now. Those will be ending around 8, 9 o'clock and then drying out and rapidly clearing out behind that front, already down into the upper 40s by noon. And then we have a weekend to talk about with some snowflakes to talk about. We'll do that in a few, but don't forget the Local Forecasters app has everything you could possibly want. Real-time radar, temperatures, road conditions in the winter. That's an important one. We even have earthquakes and tropical weather. Everything you need, just go to the App Store, search under WDIV, and it's free.
All right, thank you, Paul. The death of a 6-year-old girl in a hit-and-run accident is putting the spotlight on dangerous speeding in neighborhoods.
Tragedy happened Sunday on Bingham Street near Schaefer and Tireman in Dearborn. People living there reached out to the Local 4 defenders for some help. Sean Lay there today with the radar gun. Sean.
We're watching Dearborn Police, Devin, pull people over this evening who are going too fast. I asked police in this neighborhood today, describe the speeding problem here. They called it absolutely brutal, and they're trying to slow people down. We got our radar gun out to see if people are actually driving more carefully after this tragedy. The defenders shining the light on dangerous drivers with our radar gun, seeing drivers blow stop signs in this Dearborn neighborhood and speed through side streets where the limit is 25 miles an hour. Neighbors telling us they've called police. They've begged drivers to slow down.
I've thrown stuff at cars that came flying by.
Others told us it was only a matter of time that a driver in deadly speeds in Dearborn would hit a child. That child, 6-year-old Batul Afed Awi. We will not show you the upsetting video of a driver hitting Batul Sunday afternoon. We will show you this video of the SUV after the impact speeding away. Batul's sister can't forget how excited the 6-year-old was last Sunday to go to school on Monday.
She's fixing her shoes. She's picking what she wanted to wear.
Instead, a driver took her life. This is Batul's mother.
There's a lot of people that drive so fast and they don't even pay attention if there's kids playing, running around. They don't even care.
The neighborhood where the little girl was hit is right down the street from the city of Detroit. And you can see new speed humps that are slowing drivers down. A solution so close, but not here yet.
I think every city should have those speed humps because it slows you down big time.
Back here live. So what are some solutions to prevent another Batul, another child, from being hit by a dangerous driver? Incoming mayor here in Dearborn, Abdullah Hamoud, he does have a road safety plan. It includes speed humps. It also includes data saying that speed humps reduce child death or injury by up to 60%. Meantime, that hit and run driver, we checked with the chief today. He may be in court charged tomorrow. I'm Defender Sean Lay, Local 4. Back to you.
Understand why the residents in so many neighborhoods want them installed on their streets. Yeah. All right, Sean.
Absolutely.
Now to the very latest on the coronavirus. Beaumont Health with an urgent alert tonight about a 4th surge of the virus. They do warn now is not the time to let your guard down.
I think it's an important time just to let everyone know that we've got to stay vigilant. We've got to continue to do all those things. There's very little that I can do here from inside of the hospital. This is really a community effort. Now that we're in a period of high transmission, we got to make sure we're wearing those masks. We got to make sure we're taking those precautions. We got to get ourselves vaccinated.
So if it seems like you're hearing about more and more people developing COVID despite being vaccinated, it's really not your imagination. But does that mean the vaccines aren't living up to their expectations? Dr. McGeorge is here now with a look at Michigan's current breakthrough rate. Doc?
Yeah, Sandra, you know, vaccines aren't perfect, and even vaccinated people do become infected. But that does not mean the vaccines aren't still having an important effect. Here's the most recent data from the state. Between January 1st, roughly when vaccines became available, and October 26th, there have been 621,564 new COVID cases. 552,935 were in unvaccinated people, and 68,629 cases occurred in fully vaccinated people. So about 11% of the COVID cases since the start of the year are breakthrough cases. But that 11% is actually an average for the past 10 months. When you look at the percent of cases that were breakthrough cases since January, you can see at the start of the year they were very uncommon. But after June, the percentage of cases occurring in fully vaccinated people, the breakthroughs, has been running in the mid-20% range. And when you similarly look at breakthrough hospitalizations and deaths, you see exactly the same trend. So it's not your imagination. There has been an increase in the percentage of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths since the summer. But the breakthrough data does show the vaccines are working. For example, in October, when 27% of the new cases were breakthroughs, 73% of the cases were in the unvaccinated. And when you do the math accounting for the fact that there are more vaccinated people in the state than unvaccinated, in the time from January 1st to October 26th, an unvaccinated person was 13 times more likely to become infected or die from COVID-19. Now, another critical piece of information is that people over 65 are far more likely to die from a breakthrough infection. Of the 793 breakthrough deaths since January 1st, 699, that is 88% of the breakthroughs, were in people 65 or older.
Yeah, and Doc, it just makes you wonder, what do these numbers mean if you're vaccinated? I mean, do we need to worry?
Well, you know, Sandra, I wouldn't say worry. The vaccine is doing its job. But as we knew from the beginning, it is not a 100% guarantee. This is part of the reason that, especially for older people or anyone with other high-risk conditions, a booster is recommended along with masking and precautions when appropriate.
Yeah, obviously we still have to take all of those means necessary. All right, thank you so much, Doc. Devin?
University of Michigan is taking steps today aimed at making people feel more comfortable about reporting misconduct, especially against those who hold high-ranking positions at the school. New policy unveiled today as the university tries to move past the sexual abuses committed by Dr. Robert Anderson. Grant Herms live tonight in Ann Arbor with what's changing and also the reaction so far on campus. Grant.
Devin, good evening. The university is calling this a revamping of their current policy, and it's aimed at, as you said, protecting those who come forward with allegations of assault, abuse, or misconduct. And looming large over all of this is that lawsuit and the fight among survivors of Dr. Robert Anderson. Effective immediately. This policy is its own standalone guideline aimed at protecting students, faculty, and staff who either come forward or participate in investigations into misconduct. It also broadens the definition of retaliation and has new rules for investigations into claims of retaliation. In a statement this afternoon, the U of M's Associate Vice President for Human Resources saying, quote, "We want an environment and culture for faculty, staff, and students where there is no fear of reporting misconduct, and we need to be deliberate about creating those conditions." The U of M is working with New York-based Guidepost Solutions, a firm that specializes in misconduct policy and investigations, and has worked with dozens of schools across the country to design a set of national best practices. The new policy comes as the lawsuit over abuse at the hands of former U of M Dr. Robert Anderson continues, now with more than 950 claims against him. Survivors like John Vaughn say this new policy isn't enough.
The entire system is broken. It must be completely overhauled. It is a cancer, and you can't put a Band-Aid on a cancer. You have to either burn it out or cut it out.
Now, to put some context on this, it's been less than 6 months since the university overhauled its existing sexual assault and misconduct reporting programs and policies, and then less than 2 months since those policies were then overhauled again. As for Vaughn, he says he'll be right here across the street here, right in front of the university president's house for the next 100 days until January 17th to mark 100 days of protest. In Ann Arbor, Grant Herms, Local 4.
So, Grant, when do we expect action then on this new policy?
Sure. So it is effective immediately, but the university said it's still putting together certain training programs and sessions for faculty and staff supervisors. Actual training sessions are expected to start in January. Back to you.
All right, Grant.
President Biden will be in Detroit next week to visit a General Motors plant. GM says the president will visit Factory Zero on Wednesday. That's the all-electric assembly plant in Detroit and Hamtramck. The White House says he will discuss the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which does include money for electric vehicles. Mr. Biden last visited Michigan back in October to rally support for the infrastructure bill in Howell.
Still ahead, who's having the best Veterans Day?
Well, it really might be a pair of local sisters, one of whom surprised the other today after more than 6 months apart. We're going to show you more of this special moment. Megan?
We're here at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, and coming up tonight, we show you how patients who have served our country are getting a special surprise for Veterans Day.
I almost can't explain the feeling that I got from it. It was wonderful.